Great. All right, let's start with our setting our posture. Feet under hips, lift up super tall. I'm sorry, there was a comment, but I couldn't read it from across the room. Okay, I don't know what it was, but feel free to unmute and say whatever it was. Feet under hips, lift up super tall. Lifting your hips up off your legs, lift your rib cage up off your waist. Big inhale, arms up. And an exhale, arms down. One more time, inhale, arms up. And exhale, arms down. Nice. You should feel nice and tall, lifted, good spinal alignment. Let's start in our first position. So start by lifting up your toe, open that knee, set the foot down. So you should feel the rotation coming all the way from the hip. Other side, toe on the floor, open the knee, set the foot down. That should feel really nice and open. For our first position here, arms out. We're going to do a front side, front bottom, switching sides. So sweep your foot on the floor, lift it up, side, front, switch sides, front, side, front, and switch. Nice. Working on holding that core to prevent your body from swaying side to side, brushing that foot off and then brushing it back down, keeping that turnout in our legs. Front, set down, front, side, front, set down, one more set, side, front, and front, side, front. Nice job. Opening into our second position. We're going to come down into a plie, step up to one side, plie, rise. Plie, rise, plie, and rise. I'm in a different location today. We are in renovations and work is going on downstairs. So we'll see how this works with camera angles and field of vision. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Last warm-up move. Let's do a side-to-side step, turning that into a glissade if you would like. Side-to-side step with a little plie. You can turn this into a jump, trying to get as much lateral distance as you can. Side to side, side to side. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax, shake out those arms and legs, get your weight. We're going to move on to our arm series. Start both feet under hips, feet parallel, lifting up, roll the shoulders back. We're going to start with some big arm circles back, nice and slow. Warming up those shoulder muscles, not trying to go too fast as we start into this. No damage to those rotator cuffs. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch directions, really opening up those shoulder blades as you circle to the back, really working on the back, not just the shoulders. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now that we're a little warm, let's keep those arms out, start to circle front. Circle, 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 little circles front, circle, 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 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, circle back, 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 circle back, 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 back for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, set them down. Let's come into a fly. So feet, hip distance, hinging from the hips, skier position, nice soft knee here. Roll the shoulder blades down the back. We're gonna fly. So open those arms, top of the head in line with the tailbone, core engaged, squeezing those shoulder blades together at the top of this movement. Really nice, really good. Trying to get those arms as high as you can into the air. Squeeze at the top. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Raise those arms up, drop one arm and lift. Other arm and lift. Check in with your core, squeeze. Check in with your core. Feel the nice squeeze at the top. Both arms give a good little squeeze at the top. 4, squeeze and squeeze. 3, squeeze and squeeze. 2, squeeze and squeeze. Last one, squeeze and squeeze. Now we pulse, 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 pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Nice job. Shake it out. Let's come into some bicep work. We're going to do some plate putaways. Reset your posture, lift yourself back up, connect those weights in the center, reach them up at a diagonal, putting them up into this cupboard up above you. Reaching, if you'd like, you can add an elevate, rising up onto your toes. Reach and reach. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Unconnect your arms. We're going to again reach up and out, but this time out to the side. Reach and reach. Really getting a nice extension at the top. Arms are coming up to about a 45-degree angle. Also working our shoulders a little here, but definitely working our biceps. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 for our pulse. Hands down, arms at 90. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Pulse, pulse, pulse. You've got your elbows next to your side. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Nice job for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let them go. We're going to come down to the floor for our triceps. We're going to do our triceps in a bird dog position. So set up your mat. You'll need one weight at a time. You can hold the other weight in your hand to kind of give you a handle here, to elevate yourself a little, take some pressure off your wrist. Roll that shoulder blade back. Bring the elbow up right next to the body, maybe even a little higher. Push back. Push back. So we're on one hand here. We're a little bit out of balance, try to make sure that both of your shoulders are square to the floor. We don't want to open up toward this working arm because that takes the work from the tricep more into the shoulder and the oblique. If you want a little more challenge, you can lift that opposite leg. We're just in our tricep kickback here. Full range for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift your hand up to the ceiling and pulse, pulse, pulse. Make sure that shoulder blade is tucked in behind you, not letting the shoulder collapse down toward the mat. Nice open chest, square shoulders, core engaged, head is neutral. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set it down. Let's switch to the other side. So other hand, lifting that elbow up, keeping the palm facing the body. Nice square shoulder here, full range tricep kickback, big squeeze at the top. You can lift the opposite leg if you'd like a little more challenge for your core. Not letting that spine collapse, lifting it up from below with those abs. Reach, squeeze for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift that hand up and pulse, pulse, pulse. Check in with your shoulder blade. Make sure that shoulder isn't collapsing toward the mat. Check in with your core, nice and strong. Pulse, pulse, pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set it down, coming back up. For a little bit more work with our arms, we're going to do an upright row. First position, weights in your hands. Lift up through the hips and the rib cage. We're going to do an upright row. So bringing those elbows up, running the weights along the body. If you'd like, you can add that elevate, rising up onto the toes. If you are in this elevate, try to push out with your quads rather than thinking about rising up from your toes. Push out with your quads, engage those inner thighs, and your feet will rise up off the ground without even thinking about it. Push out. Nice. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's stay up here and pulse, pulse, pulse. Moving through the shoulders, not really moving through the elbows. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set them down. Last move. Let's do our swan arms. We're going to have one foot in front of the other in our third position here. Rising up onto the toes, walk your legs together. We're going to walk forward for 8, back for 8, and then switch sides in this susu. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch feet forward for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 3, 2, 1. Back for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set those weights down. All done with our arm series. Let's come to our bar series. We are going to start with a plie series. So we'll be in first position, hand resting on your chair or whatever you're using for balance. In my case, shelf for our newly built closet. Arms out, we're gonna just demi-plie and up, demi and up. Just as far as you can go before your heel starts to lift up off the floor. I'm gonna let my left heel lift a little so that I could get a little more depth. If you have an injury, feel free to do the same. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Core is engaged, head is straight up to the ceiling. 2, and 1. Coming down here, pulse, pulse. Staying in our demi, pulsing here, really nice core engagement, beautiful posture, coming up from those hips. Pulse, pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms up, and you can stay on your chair. It's just easier for me to stay down here. We're going to come down into a full grand plie now. So we come through our demi, down to our grand, rise it up. Demi, all the way through to that grand plie, rise it up. When you're coming down into this grand plie, again, your head and shoulders are coming straight up from your hips, not leaning forward into a bow. Really feel that nice strong core engagement. Feel those inner thighs zip together as you rise up, coming down into this nice deep grand plie. Again, you're pushing out with your knees. So let your knees lead over those toes, but then immediately feel the quads engage. 4 more. 3, 2. Last one. We're going to come down and stay down here in this grand plie to pulse. Pulse, pulse. Heels are lifted. Strong core, straight up from these hips. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Feel those inner thighs engaged. They're working hard to maintain that hip opening. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rise it up, set it down. Nice. All right. We are going to come into a leg raise. So rest your hand on the bar. The leg that's out, we're going to start with a lift to the side in our turnout. So you're lifting to the side like we did in our battement, diagonally to the back. I don't know if you can see that. And then all the way to the back. So side, diagonal, and back. Feel how different the muscle work is in each position. Feel the obliques kick in on the side, on that diagonal. And feel the glutes kick in on the back. Side, diagonal, and back. Side, diagonal, and back. Engaging the core, nice straight posture, extended spine. Really feel the work of those glutes. 8, and back. Actually, that's probably too many. 4, let's have out, this is number 3. Back. 2, diagonal, and back. Last one, diagonal, and back. And now let's just come diagonal, pulse, pulse, pulse. This hip wants to hike up. We're not hiking up that hip. So we've got this leg out behind us diagonally, nice and tall. Pulsing that leg, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set it down. Switching to the other side, starting with the side, diagonal, and back. Side, diagonal, and back. Maintaining that turn outside, diagonal, and back. And this standing leg that we're working now, it was working hard in the last round, so it should already be feeling this work. Diagonal and back, side, diagonal, and back. Nice job. Side, diagonal, and back. 4 more. 4, diagonal, and back. And 3, back. 2, back. Last one, diagonal, back, sweep it out, diagonal, and pulse. Pulse, pulse, pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set it down, shake it out. Wow, that was intense. I hope you felt the intensity of that. We're coming into an optional jump. So our jump is in our third position, like we were for our Susu. We're gonna start in a plie, end in a plie. If you don't wanna jump, we're just gonna, reach, step back, step front, as soon as you get as far as you can go. If you're going to jump, we're gonna switch, 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 switch. So choose your level. Jumping, if you want more cardio intensity and your joints can take it, with that tendu and switch, if your joints are not feeling a jump today. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and done. Nice. Okay, coming into a lunge. So our feet will be parallel for this. We're gonna step front and then step back. I don't necessarily have quite enough room to do this, so I'll be out of the frame for part of it. We're gonna start by stepping front, lunge, step all the way through to the back, and lunge, trying to catch your balance in the center, and lunge, stepping back, and lunge. Nice. And lunge, trying to get a good distance. You want your front leg to be at 90 degrees. You don't want your knee to come forward over those toes. So make sure getting enough distance to protect your body here. 4, and back. 3, and back. 2, and back. Last one. Stay back here, and we pulse, pulse, pulse. Nice straight posture. Again, straight up from the hips, especially in a lunge, we really want to lean forward, but we're not doing that. Hips are square to the wall you're facing. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. We're not going to be done. 2, 1. Hold, hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rise it up. Let's get ready to do that other side. So on the other side, we're going to come forward, catch your balance, step back, forward, and back. Nice 90-degree bend of that front knee. Lots of room for your knee. Back and front. I don't know why I'm not keeping my balance. I was doing fine when I was warming up. And back. Front and back. 4 more. 4 and back. 3 and back. 2 and back. Last one. Stay back here and we pulse, pulse, pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rise it up. Nice job. Shake it out. All right, let's finish our bar series with a curtsy lunge. So coming into more lunges, but this time we're going to cross behind, keeping those hips square. Lunge down, bring that toe out. Cross behind, step it out. Cross behind, step it out. Nice. So getting a really good cross here. Squeezing those thighs together on the way down. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come down here. Now this is a little bit balance challenging. You may want your bar. Just step that back leg in, bring it back. Step it out, bring it back. Step it out, bring it back. So you're maintaining this quasi position, but you're staying down here in this lunge and then stepping out, squeezing the thighs. Stepping out, squeezing the thighs. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Squeeze it in, hold here. 8, 7, 6. Engage the core, tall spine. 4, 3, 2, 1. Come out of this lunge. Let's get ready to do the other side. Cross behind lunge and open. Lunge and open. Squeeze the thighs. Nice. Hips square. Good job, you guys. It is noticeably hotter upstairs than downstairs. I am getting sweaty. 4, 3, 2, 1. Set here. Hips square. Straight up from those hips. Step back. Step in. Step back. Step in. Step back. Step in. Front leg strong. That front leg is doing a lot of support work while this back leg engages in some footwork. 4, 3, 2, 1. Squeeze those thighs. Hold here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come out of that plie. Shake it out. Set up your mat. We're about to come down to the floor for our core series. All right. Let's see. Okay. I'll try to stay in the frame as much as possible. Let's start with a modified Russian twist. So we're going to have our feet on the mat, glutes set on the mat. Make sure you've got both sits bones equally distributed with your weight. Cross arms over the shoulders. We're going to twist, center, twist, center, and twist, twist, and twist. If you would like, you can bring your palms to heart center and get a little bit of a deeper twist. And if you are ready to bring it to the next level, lift your legs up into a boat as we twist, 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 and twist. Nice job. Twist, twist. For 8, 7, 6, exhale on that twist. 5, 4, nice straight spine, especially if you've got those legs lifted. 2, and 1, and release. Coming into a plank variation. We are going to start with an elbow plank. Out a little. Go. So you can be on your knees or on your toes. We're just going to start with a simple cross under. So if you're on your knees, you're going to want to try to lift. What is the knee variation here? I think for the knee, we're going to have to do a side step out, which is a little different, but it will still work those obliques. If you're up on your toes, we're going to cross the knee under and then cross the other knee under. Cross and cross. Cross and cross. Nice job. Cross and cross. Imagining that you can bring your knee to the opposite elbow. If you can, I very much salute you. Cross and cross. 4, cross. 3, cross. 2, cross. Last one, and cross. Second set, we're going to come up onto our hands, and we're going to cross all the way under, coming into a side plank. So if you're on knees, this one's a little easier. You'll just rotate side to side in this side plank. If you are on your toes, we're going to kick that leg under and come out into a tripod side plank. Kick the leg under, full side plank. So keeping those hips lifted in the side plank. You do not want them to dip down toward the floor. Lift and center, lift and center. Nice job. Keep it going. We did a lot of shoulder work, so your shoulders should be nice and warm. If this is hurting your shoulders, come down to the knee option. That will take some pressure off of them. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's get ready to do some holds. Center. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cross under. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Center. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cross under. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last hold. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you can press back into a child's pose. can't see my clock, so I'm gonna try to get it in a more accessible position. And coming back onto our back. We are going, that didn't help at all. We are going to do some upper body, lower body lifts. So laying down here on the mat, tuck your shoulder blades underneath you. Let's start with lower body. We're just gonna lift and tap. Lift and tap. In the tap, you're trying to reach those legs as far forward as you can. The further forward they are, the harder it is. You can also extend one leg and tap, one leg and tap. It's a little bit of an easier variation. Tap for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set those feet down. Fingertips lightly touching the ears. Crunch up and up. Crunch and crunch. Nice job. Simple traditional crunch. Pushing that belly button down to the mat. Really feel the compression happening through your abs, compressing down toward the spine. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's combine those. Extend your arms, lift legs and upper body. Reaching, set them down. Reaching, set them down. Feel that squeeze happening in the upper abs and in the lower abs. Try to separately feel them engaging as you move through this. And this is nice and challenging. Good workout on the entire front of those abs. You can stay here if you would like, or you can try to lift higher, set it back down. Lift up into this boat, set it down. Full boat, set it down. Totally up to you what level you want to be for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We're going to hold wherever you are. And 1. Hold here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Let's do a little bit of side work here. We're going to lay on our side. You can prop your hand up in your arm, top hand on that hip. Feet are square facing the front, so we're not rotated in our hip joint. We're just square. And we're going to lift up and down, foot flexed, up and down. Nice. Up and down. All right, we're going to rainbow over to the front, rainbow to the back. You're trying to keep your balance, not letting that hip roll and open front to back. You can see I've put my hand on the floor for a little extra balance as we rainbow that leg over. Nice. For 4, 3, 2, And 1, lift that leg, reaching for it, reach. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll it over. Coming to the other side. Starting with that arm crotch, you can have your hand on your hip or on the mat, feet flexed, lifting up. Just a simple lift to get us into this. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hand on the mat for stability. Rainbow front, rainbow back. Big up and over. Nice control, especially as you approach the floor. You want to tap or even just hover, not rest that foot on the floor. Constant destabilization. Back and front for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Leg up, reach, reach, reach for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll on your back. You made it. It's time for some stretching. Grab those knees. Rock side to side. We're going to bring one ankle above the other knee. Reach through. Grab onto that leg. Try to relax your head and shoulders back down to the mat to get a good stretch in the hip of that crossed over leg. Try to relax into this. Lower back on the mat, tailbone on the mat. And let's go ahead and give this hamstring a stretch. Extend the leg, reach over to that calf. If you can, this leg stays, again, below the knee or above the knee, however you want to describe it. Not putting pressure on the knee. Trying to get that tailbone back to the mat. Let's switch to the other side. First, focusing on the hip. Nice elongated spine. This knee should be opening up. Stretch the hip. And now extend that bottom leg, reach through, trying to bring the tailbone back to the mat to get a good stretch along the hamstring and the back of that leg. And come to a seated position. Cross one knee, bring the other leg over the top, foot flat on the mat. Reach this hand, stretching through, stretch and twist, tall spine, lifting that head up to the sky. Looking behind you, hand planted behind you. And now twist to the other side. Reaching up and over with that head. Nice twist. Unfurl. Let's open those knees. Feet are facing out. We're going to come into a frog stretch here. Push back. It's like a modified version of child's pose. Knees open, feet open, toes pointing out. Good stretch on the inner thigh, in the hip. Forehead to the mat. Hands open, pushing back with those hands. Push back. Bring those knees together, tuck the toes under, slowly roll up, coming to standing head last. Step out into your second position. Inhale, arms up. Exhale into a plie. Pushing those knees out. Exhale. Beautiful job. One more. Exhale. And gentlemen, take your bow. Ladies, take your curtsy. Thank you for joining me today for Barre. I know as we get into the holiday season, a lot of people are taking leave. So